Do you believe that the Vienna Lager beer style originates from the city of Vienna? If so, I will prove you wrong in 6 seconds. Hey, hi and welcome to another edition of probier.at, tasting beers from Germany, Austria and all over the world. And my name is Martin. I'm welcoming you here from my little man cave right in the heart of Vienna. And as I promised you, I'm going to introduce you a little bit to the local beer scene. And when we talk about local beers in the city of Vienna, there's no doubt that we have to talk about Vienna Lager. And if you assume that Vienna Lager originates from the city of Vienna, I can prove you wrong, because the origin of Vienna Lager is pretty close to Vienna, but not in the city limits of Vienna. It's in the city of Schwechat, which some of you might know as the airport of Vienna is located in Schwechat, just a few miles out of Vienna south. And there is the Schwechater brewery, and there was this one brewmaster, Anton Dreher, and in 1841 he invented the Vienna Lager. The Vienna Lager was, or can be called, the first bottom fermenting Lagerbier in the world, so we carry quite a big heritage for lager beers here in Vienna. The brewery still exists, but, and now comes the bad news, the Vienna Lager beer style was forgotten for decades, and which is pretty amazing or sad, because it's very rare that there's a brewery that is so combined or so connected to a beer style like the Schwechater brewery with Vienna Lager. The only other brewery I can imagine is Pilsen, with Pilsen Urquell. So we have a large heritage here in Vienna, and the Vienna Lager beer style, as I told you, was forgotten for a long time. Not so in the US. Lots of homebrewers still brewed Vienna Lager. I think also in South America, Brazil, we had breweries brewing the Vienna beer style, but not in Austria, not in Germany anymore. But 2016 was the year when the brewmaster of Schwechater brewery digged deep in his archives and didn't find the recipe of the original Vienna Lager, which is quite sad, because 2016 was the 175th anniversary of the Vienna Lager beer style, and he brought up records which showed how the beer would taste, and he put lots of effort finding a new recipe with new or the current ingredients, and brewed the new Vienna Lager beer. So this is the Vienna Lager from the original brewery from Schwechat, and I'm going to open this can for you, and we talk about what we are getting here. It's a 5.5% ABV beer. We have 12.8 degrees on the Plato scale, and I chilled this down to around 7-8 degrees centigrade, so not too cold. And what we're getting is a nice copper color, as you would expect it from an amber lager. We have a little bit off-white foam, 2 finger thick, medium-sized foam, nice lacing on the glass, not too much carbonation going on in the glass. So let's check the aroma. And you get it from the first second. It's this kind of sweet malt, a little bit of caramel, sourdough, a little bit of yeast. There's some hops in there and some citrusy. Yeah, I really love this. They really nailed the beer style, and I can imagine that they came pretty close to the original recipe with this one, and people love it. I took this to friends in California, and they loved it. So, cheers! And this again is kind of surprising, because if you compare the aroma of malt in the nose to the taste that you get from the first sip, it's not that malty. The maltiness is only in the aroma, but it has, of course, some maltiness in there, but it's not so intense as you would expect it. Some dark bread, a little bit of caramel, nice bitterness. I would say it's around 25 bitter units. At least it tastes like 25, maybe a little bit more, 28, something around that. But very soft, very silky. The mouthfeel is, it's kind of soft. You can say that. And as I said, there's a little bit of darker malt going on, but not too intense. A decent little bit of spiciness. So this is kind of a good traditional lager beer, but with a special historic twist. It's medium-bodied. The carbonation is rather on the lower side, which makes it a little bit more drinkable, which this beer doesn't lack of drinkability, but with a lower carbonation, it's even more drinkable. And it has a little bit of an oily, slick texture, so it's going down very easy, very drinkable, and it finishes with a mixture of a little bit of caramel sweetness and a little bit of a nice hoppy character, some bitterness going on there. So it's a quite, not quite balanced, it's a very balanced beer. And I think when you have the chance to catch one of these cans, or at least bottles, they have nice retro bottles out in the supermarkets here in Vienna, then you will definitely love this beer, and it's so popular in all the bars around the city. So if you come to Vienna, check out for the original Vienna Lager by Schwechat Brewery. And if I would have to rate this beer, the Vienna Lager by Schwechat Brewery, I would rate it with 4 out of 5 for the Vienna Lager, the original one from the Schwechat Brewery, where Anton Dreher invented the Vienna Lager beer style and brewed the first bottom fermenting beer in this in the modern world. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little piece of historic information about the Vienna Lager beer style. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the comments box. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really love to see you pushing this button here and join me for lots of beer reviews to come. So this is for now. Enjoy your beer. See you tomorrow. Prost, cheers, and Ahoi.